There we go. Okay, so this is version 3 of my cutting rig. This time made of a couple sections of 1.5 inch PVC with just a little adapter that I've milled out here at the top to accommodate the becks. It's on a little bit of an angle, which isn't going to be great when I put a weight at the top. Let's see what happens. Okay, holding steady so far. So it's going to allow for some amount of wobble, but I don't think the whole thing should come crashing down like the house made out of straw. So we're going to start test with big sword, the LK Chen, the Ming Dynasty LK Chen Crossbowman Dao, which is the equivalent of a large Japanese tachi or big katana. Let's see how we do. We'll record it at high rate of speed. Okay, the previous strikes with the Gale wind didn't go through. I'm going to try a different strike. There we go. Struck a little harder, but it went all the way through very cleanly. Not bad at all. I'll try a horizontal strike on the remaining amount. So it was a strike that went deep enough to cut the bone halfway through, but as you can see, my rig felt the brunt of that attack as well. So after the strike was no longer cutting through the flesh, it cut halfway through the flesh, and then it cut into the bone, and then it was no longer cutting, so it transferred all of the energy of the strike into the target, and it just pulled and pulled, and then the rig popped apart. Kind of interesting. Okay. Wow. That is a very efficient cutter. There's a little bit of resistance, but it doesn't feel like much when you're going through. From the other side. Hey! Just clean all the way through. Do not doubt the cutting power of these large Dao. I'll do one more in high speed. So I'm going to give this stand a passing grade. The main advantage of it is that it breaks down very easily, so it's very convenient for me to store, which is an absolute must for my requirements. It seems to be holding everything good enough for the purposes of the strike, and you get a fair idea whether or not your strike is going all the way through the target, or whether it's just hitting the target and then transferring energy into the target and sending the target kicking off, out of the stand or what have you. I don't know if that's a deal breaker, because if you knock the target off of the stand, then I lose it in the jungle or something, then that's a problem. But still, that gives me an idea of what's going on. So the Crossbowman Dao, it was actually very difficult not to go through the target. I wasn't hitting particularly hard. I was not over swinging and showing everyone my backside. I was just doing simple Kesa type strikes, and it was going all the way through the target. The Gale Wind Jian is one of the stronger style of cutting Jian, and again, my Jianfa is not great. I don't consider myself an expert using the Jian, but still, it was very impressive how deep it was able to cut using just basic Liao, I believe, type cuts. And I was able to go all the way through on a heavier strike. On the kind of basic strike, it made it basically like 70% of the way through, and eventually it kicked the target off of the stand. But still, this right now is giving great feedback and a way to calibrate what your strikes are able to do on a pretty good human analog. Again, this is like a leg or a thick arm style target. So I'm really happy with the setup, and I'm going to continue to use it in future tests. We'll see what each of the swords can do. All right, until next time, take care.